Well, hello and welcome to Ask the Doctor. My name is Jerry McGee and I'll be your host for today's show. We're here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania at Wellness Associates with Dr. Eugene Goldberg. Dr. Goldberg, thank you very much for your time. On today's episode, we want to cover the problem of sleep apnea. One of our viewers wrote in with the question, all of a sudden out of the clear blue, they started having some problems. They were diagnosed with sleep apnea. They were put on one of those breathing machines, which, that they aren't real fond of. And has caused some problems with them. And I guess his question really is, how did this just kind of all of a sudden get started? That's the problem he can't understand and wanted to know, what can can a chiropractor potentially help me with that? And what is your view on this whole problem of sleep apnea?
Well, we live in a cause and effect universe, so if you have an effect, there has to be a cause, okay? So a lot of times there's things like hiatal hernia, okay? Which is, a lot of people can have this, don't know it. They don't get diagnosed. It's basically your stomach and your diaphragm pushing up into your esophagus. And this is putting pressure on the chest, putting pressure on the lungs. Okay, a lot of times people have postnasal drip from the sinuses. That affects the lungs. All the nerves in your whole body go through the neck. So if there's something out of alignment in your neck, that's affecting the nerves through your neck. It goes into your lung, affects your heart. Okay, if you're sleeping on your stomach, okay, that's going to put pressure on your chest. It's going to put pressure on your lung. You're turning your head to the side. That's putting pressure, pinching off the nerves as they come down through the neck. These nerves go into your lungs so they quit breathing, okay? So it could be something simple that they need an adjustment. They need to make changes in how they're sleeping. They need a hiatal hernia adjustment. A lot of times people don't look for that because if a medical doctor diagnoses with hiatal hernia, they want to do surgery. So our opinion is you don't need surgery because we can adjust it. We just gently pull it down, put it back into place. It's something simple. See, truth is simple, Jerry. Okay.
I'm starting to realize after doing all these episodes that I think a lot of times we're always looking for these kind of really right this is what what the problem is, and we forget about the simple building blocks of what allows us to maintain good health. And again, looking at these breathing machines, it's almost, in my opinion, gets back to this whole thing of giving somebody a medication instead of really looking at what all of a sudden started causing this problem and how do we treat that cause. We went in and said, let's give you the prescription approach and treat a symptom versus really treat a cause.
You have to be like a detective. You have to figure out what's causing it. Okay, another thing I forgot to mention is they're overweight. If they're overweight, that's going to affect how they're feeling, how they're functioning. So you want to lose weight. A lot of times people lose weight. That gets rid of the sleep apnea. They don't have to use the apparatus. That to me is getting to the root cause of it also.
Yeah, and a lot of times, unfortunately, I think a lot of people don't want to hear those answers.
They're responsible too much.
Okay, right. Those they rather go to somebody and say, "Oh, you just have sleep apnea. Put this machine on." Right. Versus, "Hey, this is the bottom line. This is what you need to work on." And it could be a couple things.
Right.
I mean, it could be the overweight, hiatal hernia, a couple things combined together.
Structural.
But one of the things that I encourage everybody, why I'm so fond of of Dr. Goldberg and this whole chiropractic care approach to things, is truly looking and getting into the cause of the problem, doing some investigative work to kind of really get down to funnel it down to, hey, here's what's potentially causing this problem. Let's go after and treat that versus just off the top saying you need you need a breathing machine.
I would agree with that.
I think it's important for everybody watching this to understand that in any form of medicine, getting down to the root cause is going to give you the long-term impact. Getting on a prescription for the rest of your life is not really the answer.
Yeah, there's side effects to that.
Right. I mean, and it might treat a symptom, but it's not treating the cause. So if you're dealing with this potential problem of sleep apnea, you're not sleeping well, maybe you haven't even been diagnosed yet with sleep apnea, pick up the phone, call Wellness Associates, come down, talk to Dr. Goldberg, get an evaluation, explain these things. I'm not sleeping that well. I'm not sure, do I have sleep apnea or what's going on? I just don't feel well. I'm not waking up rested. And Dr. Goldberg can look at these individual, problems that you have, come up with a program that can have a drastic impact on your health. So no matter what level you're in, I mean, if you're on a breathing machine right now, it's not going to do you any harm to pick up the phone, come down, and get an evaluation. Find out, it's liable to add another little piece of that puzzle that they weren't even aware of. And maybe for whatever reason their doctor didn't look at that, and it's an approach of several different medical practitioners that can have an impact for your health. And remember, it is up to us to take and be responsible for our health. If you're not sure of the response you're getting from one doctor, get a second opinion. Look at alternative forms of medicine that are out there. Take an active and a proactive approach to your health, and I think you're going to find that the results are going to be good, and you're going to be amazed at the impact it will have on your overall health. So, with that, we just want to encourage you to pick up the phone and give Dr. Goldberg a call. Come down, meet the staff, see the facility, see what they have to offer, get that free evaluation to look at that problem, and see if Dr. Goldberg can play a major role in you fixing this problem of sleep apnea and getting you on that track to better health. So thank you very much for watching this episode. And again, if you have any other questions, maybe some specific questions on sleep apnea, visit the website at AskDrGoldberg.com. Type in your question under Ask the Doctor. We'd be happy to address it on one of our future episodes. And but more importantly, if you want a confidential evaluation, pick up the phone, come down, meet Dr. Goldberg firsthand, and see what he can do. So thank you very much for watching, and we hope you have an awesome day.